Thank you. Good morning. Well, it is my birthday weekend and I have decided today to go on a pub crawl, and it was a pub crawl suggested through one of my viewers. It was a Chris Vintage Hi-Fi 204, and I wanted to go on a British pub crawl, and he says the English pubs that I frequent in no particular order are the King's Head, the Toad in the Hole and the Elephant and Castle. Well, I found another couple of English pubs that we can give a try to, and I'm obviously here with all my friends. Well, hang on a second, look who's joined us.
Got room for one more.
Yay! Lad number 2.
I'm the one that doesn't get talked about a lot.
Yep, you don't see him in many videos, but here he is.
I'm the rare one.
Rare one.
So that means that's special.
Are you ready to do this British pub crawl?
I'm born ready. I'm as ready as an Englishman drinking beer.
I like the sound of that. Let's go. The pub crawl we're actually going to do starts here in Osborne Village. We're going to start in the Toad in the Hole, then a new one that I've never been to before, Shannon's. We'll nip then to Elephant and Castle, then we'll do one called Wee Johnny's, and then we'll end at the best one, I think, the King's Head. So here we are on Osborne. I think we might be a bit early, but we'll make our way to Toad in the Hole for the first pint of my birthday weekend. As with all the pub crawls that I go on, I've got to be able to rate the pubs and rate the beers. So I'm going to have some rules around what we're going to do today. What's rule number 1?
Rule number 1, it must have a Union flag, or at least something from the British Isles.
Excellent, yeah, so we've got to find that flag. If they're claiming to be British pubs, they better have that British flag. What's rule number 2?
Rule number 2, it needs to have a reference to football, or in layman's terms, soccer.
Yeah, soccer. Yeah, which is why I've actually got my Derby County heritage shirt on today. Where is it? Yeah, the Mighty Rams, Derby County. So yeah, we've got to have some kind of football reference in there. And then what's rule number 3?
You gotta have British beer on tap. You can't call yourself a British pub if you don't even have British beer on tap.
Well said. And that's what I'm going to be partaking in today. If they've got British beer on tap, that's what I shall be drinking. I'm pretty much guaranteed to get a Guinness at one of these places, but let's see what else they've got. Maybe there's some diversity there. So there's the 3 rules. We'll judge them all on that, and then we'll decide a winner at the end. Hey, all right. All right, now this is the life, am I right?
Oh yeah.
Birthday weekend, first beer, Guinness. I don't know whether that's a good Guinness or a bad Guinness, but it certainly tastes all right to me.
It's a Guinness.
It's a Guinness. I don't know how many of you know that Toad in the Hole is actually an English dish of sausages baked in Yorkshire pudding. And my mum was terrible at making Yorkshire pudding. Every time we had Toad in the Hole back home, it was somewhat burnt sausages in a very thin layer of crusty Yorkshire pudding. But delicious nonetheless. But there you go, that's where Toad in the Hole gets its name from, is that English dish. Cheers to that. Well, great start. Nice little patio. For the British beer Guinness, where we were just chatting, thinking, is this all I'm going to be drinking today? Is this all that the British pubs are going to offer on draft, is Guinness? But we'll see. Anyway, we have to check if there's any football stuff, and we have to find a flag in there before we leave. So let's neck this. And go and see what Shannon's is all about. Hey, excellent. Well, we got football memorabilia in there, right?
Yeah.
But no flags, so loses a few points for that. All right, that's it for Osborne Village. We've got quite a trek now to get downtown to Shannon's, so we'll go past the ledge and we'll get there shortly. I've just learnt from my lad here that the Inukshuk, similar to the one we've passed just there, has the arms facing north and south for settlers and just general navigation. I never knew that. I thought they just built Inukshuks. Well, I don't know why I thought they built Inukshuks, but there you go. I've learnt something today. Absolutely brilliant. There you go. That was my first apartment when I moved to Winnipeg.
Tremendous.
Your family heritage is involved in that building there.
Wow.
I was at the top floor. That one right at the top. That was great. All right, onwards we go. It's a long way, I said, to Shannon's, but we're getting there. Like in here. Alright, Kilkenny's and
Bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash is coming, and the Irish flag. So we just need to find some footy reference.
It's not a
Cheers.
Guinness.
That's good. Sorry about the bright light. All right, so we're sharing this. So this is my half of the Bangers and mash. But ask me what I know about Shannon's.
What do you know about Shannon's?
Thanks for asking. Well, Shannon, the River Shannon in Ireland, is the longest river in Ireland and the British Isles. So it runs from the border of Northern Ireland and Ireland all the way down to County Limerick. And Limerick obviously is the name of that poem. And if you stick around, I've created a limerick about my hometown of Chaddesden, Derby. So when I finish this, I will recite it for you. Alright. How do we get out? Oh, here we go. Chaddersden, a town that's so grand. Bird's Bakery has goods close at hand. The donuts are sweet. You can't miss that treat. But you got to pay first or you're banned. Here all week. All right, we both agree that that was a nice pub. And they have harp on tap too, so for next time. But being stuck in a basement bar on a glorious day like today is not quite what we wanted. And there was no football memorabilia. I don't know, losing a point for that. All right. And really, literally, next door is our next stop. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice. Ah. Nice. Elephant and Castle. Again, no football references in there. A lot of English references, which is great. But Elephant and Castle was actually named after a borough of London, which itself was named after a pub that was called Elephant and Castle. And what year was that?
1768.
1768. Blimey, now that's a long time ago. But the actual symbol of an elephant and castle, an elephant with a armoured castle on its back, a symbol of strength, has actually been used in England since
as early as 1254.
So there we go, bit of history on Elephant and Castle. We're moving on to pub number 4 now, which is Wee Johnny's. So let's make our way there. Well, that's not open.
I
A
guess
big
we
fail.
can't get another Guinness.
Oh, darn it.
no.
All right, on to the next.
You know, we got beer and we also got Guinness. That's what we're advertising. We're advertising the fact that we have Guinness because there's no possible way you could get Guinness anywhere else.
Oh, no. Oof. Only from Wee Johnny's.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there we go. Wee Johnny's is closed. It's actually a little bit of a offshoot of Johnny G's, which I'm not a big fan of anyway. So there you go. It doesn't get our patronage, which is fine by me. Let's go to the last place on the list. We just had a bit of a quick conversation here. We're not bothered that Wee Johnny's is not open. So instead we are going to one of my favourites. I mean, it is my birthday pub crawl, so we have to go here and we are going to enjoy it, I can guarantee it. And that is the King's Head.
It's today, Thursday, today.
Otis Bars.
Manitoba.
All right, Smithwick's. Cheers. Patio, King's Head, Exchange District. What could be better? Happy birthday to me. He's texting his mate who lives round here to see if he wants to come join us. Thanks a lot.
Great birthday.
Yeah, hey, thanks. There you go, always my favourite at the King's Head. I could stay there all day. So I had 2 to make up for Wee Johnny's.
Yeah.
Wee Johnny's. The letdown that is Wee Johnny's. So that's it. We're going to go and catch our bus back home. My lad has somewhere to be tonight. What's happening tonight?
We're either going to a hot tub party or going to the rec room. One of the two.
Hot tub party or rec room? I don't know whether I mentioned earlier that my wife has actually gone out on a girls' weekend to the cabin. I got the night to myself. Maybe the lad shows up later, that would be great. But there we go, this was my birthday pub crawl. I will see how the bus ride goes and we'll close it off later. Any final words?
Stay cool, Mini Schism Gang.
Brilliant. Yo! Alright, let's wrap this up. It's actually a couple of days later. Thanks to Chris Vintage Hi-Fi 204, if that is your real name, for the pub suggestions. I was actually trying to plan on meeting Chris Vintage Hi-Fi 204 after the last pub, but we just couldn't get the timing right. He had things to do in Exchange District. I had to come home, and then when I got home, my son went to his pool party, and the neighbour then came around my house with cans of Strongbow. So the night went on and on until the ungodly hour in the morning. So I spent all day yesterday recovering, because with it being my birthday, as the age goes up, recovery also goes up. The results, the pub results, here they all are. And obviously because of Wee Johnny's being shut, they get 0 points. The rest of them, as you can see, some gaps there, but if you guys know how to fill those gaps in each one of those pubs, whether you know where there's a secret flag or a secret football reference, please let me know. Otherwise, that's it. It is actually my birthday day tomorrow, which will coincide with an A to Z. So join me for that next week. But until then, see you later.